If you have a working intelligence, whatever happens in your life, you can turn that into a great possibility for you. Or whatever happens, you can make misery out of it. Isn't it so? Whatever the situation, it doesn't matter what's the situation, whatever the situation, you can turn it into a great possibility if only you are willing to look at it with openness. Everything can be turned. A human means you can consciously shape yourself. If you're consciously shaping yourself, where is the question of reacting to anything? You can respond as according to your intelligence and your inclinations of the day. But the moment you react, you're enslaved to the situations in which you live. If something does not happen, or if nothing happens, if everything that I'm doing fails tomorrow morning, I will still live blissfully and die blissfully. So this is one thing that you must ascertain within yourself. Your way of being is not determined by what is happening around you. What happens within you must be determined by you. What happens around you, there are too many forces involved, isn't it? When we want to do something in the world, there are too many forces which have to cooperate. Not all of them may cooperate, never all of them will cooperate 100%. Nobody around you will happen 100% your way. I'm telling you, if you have large expectations of people, no one, not one single person in your life will happen 100% your way. 51% if they happen your way, you have controlling stake on the whole situation. But this one person must happen your way, isn't it? 100%. If this person is happening your way, how do you keep that person? Blissful or miserable? That's all. You keep this blissful, then in every situation you'll do your best, and that's all you can do. Just because you freak and fret, nothing happens better.
So, you need to understand this, especially if you have gone through tough situations in life or horrible situations in life, let's say. Is it not important that you become wiser sooner than other people? Sooner than other people who've grown up in comfort, who do not know what it is to see those things? Is it not very important that you should become wiser? No, instead you choose that you also become miserable because they were miserable people. So let us understand this much. You have an intelligence to recognize that they are living badly. How come you don't have an intelligence to recognize you are living badly right now? And you don't even have the fundamental integrity to see, if I am living badly, it is me who is making this, because there may be situations and situations. For every one of us there are situations. In fact, the more you try to do in the world, the more and more many ugly situations you will have to face, whether you like it or you don't like it, okay? Now, because you face ugly situations, will you also become ugly? Or you will use this as manure to blossom into a wonderful flower? This is a choice that you have. So everything that hurts us, everything that in some way is negative in a given situation, whether you will become wise or you will become wounded is your choice. Do not look for ideal situations because there is no such place. There is no such place. Wherever you go, there will be something happening that you think is negative. Whether it's negative or not, I don't want to make a judgment. But in a given place, you think there is negative. A whole lot of people who have applied to get into your institution like ISB, They are all thinking if I enter ISB, it is like heaven. But I'm sure there are many people in your institution who think this is the most horrible place, full of politics, full of nonsense, full of this. Aren't there such people? Hello? I'm sure they are there, you don't become one of them. Because in every place there are issues, all right? Where there are two people, there is an issue. How we conduct these issues depends on, are we in a state of conscious response to these issues, or are we in some compulsive reaction to these issues? This determines how we conduct ourselves. This has become a syndrome all over the world because they've all read a little bit of Freud, little bit of Maslow, little bit of all this European psychiatric stuff. And everybody is a psychiatrist. Because my parents were like this, I am like this. Come on, huh? Where is your intelligence? If your parents were like this, you must take a vow, you will never ever be like that. Hello? Yes or no? If your parents lived so badly, if it is true, I don't even know whether they lived badly or not. This is her perception of it, all right? We do not know how they lived, but going by her words, assuming it is true, if they lived badly, is it not your business to see never ever you commit such mistakes as they're committing in their lives? Is this not what human intelligence capable of? Or human intelligence is like, they study rats and make all kinds of conclusions about human beings today. Whole lot of experiments about human beings are on rodents. Be looking at the behavior of the rodents, people say, oh, human beings like this, like this. Is it not a sad story? Being the most evolved creature on this planet, I want you to understand, for you to come to this level of intelligence, it's taken millions of years of work, of evolution, to get you here, to the peak of evolution on this planet. So being the peak of evolution, are we displaying that we are the top of the world? Are we? No, we want to sit on somebody else's head and think top of the world. No, we are already top of the world as human beings, isn't it so? But look at the way we are behaving, all the time complaining about something or the other. Let us understand this. What the world throws at us is not necessarily your choice. But what you make out of it is entirely your choice. Yes? What you make out of it is entirely your choice. Your experience of life, this much you must come to every one of you young people. If you want your potential to open up in the world, one important thing that you must fix in your life is your experience of life, either peacefulness or agitation, either joy or misery, blissfulness or suffering, whatever it is, your experience is entirely made by you. Other people are doing what they want, their drama they're conducting. It is your reaction to that which is causing these experiences to you. Right now, if I abuse you, I won't, I'm just telling you, Mrudu. Suppose I abuse you, the abuse is in my mouth. It is not a bullet, it doesn't come and hit you, but it's your reaction which causes the suffering, isn't it? Suppose I abuse you nicely in Tamil language or Telugu or Kannada, this guy will understand that's a problem. But if I abuse you in a language that you don't understand, with a smile on my face, you will think I'm saying sweet things to you, isn't it? And you'll respond nicely to me. So I'm telling you, your experience of what is happening with you right now is 100% determined by you. Human experience happens from within, not from outside. Outside influences are there. How far we allow them to affect us, unless they're physical situations. You're in a war zone, somebody is shooting at you, that's a different matter, all right? That needs to be dealt with in a different way. Even there, a conscious response will give you better chance of survival than wild reactions. So, the privilege of being human being is this, that we have an intelligence to determine what should be our experience of life. Other creatures are in a natural, instinctive, compulsive reaction. We are supposed to be above that. But most human beings are trying to disprove this, and they are also in a compulsive state of reaction. And above all, parents. Well, they are living the way they know best, isn't it? If they knew any better, they would have done better. They're doing their best. Well, they gave birth to you, which is a phenomenal thing. Maybe not willingly, but they gave birth to you one way or the other, and they gave you enough food and education and nonsense, whatever you needed, and brought you up to this level. Now don't keep on looking at the rear view mirror forever. They brought you up, you've grown up into an adult, you survived, all right? Many children die early on, parents not being able to provide. A whole lot of millions of children die in the world because parents are not able to provide for the children that they give birth to. They brought you up, you've grown up, you are in the rear view mirror. Please, leave the rear view mirror and look ahead because you can't fix your past. There is no way you can fix an yesterday, but you can create a tomorrow. Let's make that happen.
This was in 1939 and this family, a Jewish family in Germany or Austria probably, was taken away. First they took away the parents and they took away the children separately. And this girl who is 13 years of age at that time and her brother who is 8 years of age were brought to the railway station along with lots of other kids. Parents were taken away somewhere to some labor camp or something. These kids have been separated and they pulled out from a wealthy family and now they're on the railway platform on a winter day. Kids are kids, once they are there, they're playing and this boy is going out playing with people, they're kicking around something, playing football, all this. Then the train came. Once the train came, the soldiers came and pushed everybody into the trains like cattle, they were all loaded up. And after they got into the train and train started moving, the boy said he forgot his shoes in the platform. The girl got so mad. A 13-year-old girl, she's just been separated, bewildered, taken off from a wealthy family and now they're on the street, they don't know where they're going, what's next, they don't know anything. Now with history, we know all the things that happen. At that moment, these little children, they don't know anything, what's going to happen. And now this fellow leaves his shoes and comes, it's a cold month. So she held him by the ear and twisted it as much as she wanted and she abused him. You idiot, I have enough trouble on my hands and now you have to leave your shoes and come. And when the next station came, they separated boys and girls. So he was taken away somewhere, she was taken away somewhere. Four years later, she came out of a concentration camp, the only survivor of the family. 17 members of the family just disappeared, including that boy. She never figured where he went. He just evaporated somewhere. And all that she remembered was the last things that she said to that boy. She could have said something nice to him. All the horrible things she told him because he lost his shoes. And then when she came out of the concentration camp after 4.5 years, she made up her mind. It doesn't matter whom I speak to. When I speak to somebody, if that happens to be the last time I speak to them, I should not regret. If you just speak like this to people, you will definitely say something else. And how do you know this will not be the last thing? Whoever is sitting next to you, how do you know that today is the last day that you're meeting them? It could be possible, isn't it? Yes? And this one vow that she took for herself just transformed her whole life and became such a beautiful human being because she decided whoever she talks to, she will talk to them as if in case this happens to be the last time, she will not regret it. Even such a horrific thing happens to her, she makes a blessing out of it. The first time I came to United States, wherever I went, I heard this term, stress management. I could not understand. Because in my understanding, we manage things which are precious to us. Our families, our businesses, our money, our property, whatever is precious to us, we will manage that. Why would somebody want to manage stress? I couldn't get it for some time. Then I realized people have made a conclusion that stress is an extra limb that they have in their body. Stress is an appendage that they cannot get rid of. Stress is not a part of you. You get stressful because you do not know how to handle your mind. No attention has been paid as to how to handle this mind, how to handle this emotion, how to handle this body, how to handle these energies. Nothing has been done about it. You're managing such a sophisticated system accidentally. So you being stressful is a natural outcome of such unconscious living. There is no other way to be. Don't think your job is stressful. Now you're a student, being a student is stressful. If you don't find employment when you come out of the college, that is stressful. If you get a job, even more stressful. If you don't get married, that is very stressful. If you get married, I don't want to say anything. If you don't have children, that is stressful. If you have children, you pull your hair out with stress. So, it is not your job or your life situations which are stressful. Stress is happening to you because of your inability to manage your own system. Not knowing how to manage the system is stressfulness. If this happened the way you want it, you wouldn't be stressful. If you do simple inner engineering process, just 21 minutes a day. Today you take your pulse rate before and after food. Do it for 6 weeks, check your pulse rate and see, it will be considerably down. Which essentially shows, with the same level of activity, this is a simple indicator. There are many other parameters that you could check. But this is an extremely simple indicator for which you don't have to go to any laboratory, you can check it yourself. The lowering of the pulse with the same level of activity indicates that your system is going at an easier pace. That means it's working much more efficiently. If you drive your car at 2000 RPM, the engine may last 100,000 kilometers or miles. If you drive the same engine at 5000 RPM, it may last only 50,000 miles or less, simply because it's unnecessarily revved up. So if this can do everything that it has to do at an easy pace, that means it is happening efficiently. Any machine which has least amount of friction within itself happens efficiently, naturally produces more with least amount of stress. It is definitely time you do some inner engineering. There is no need for anybody to handle their fear, their anger, their whatever, nor is there any need for anybody to seek happiness or peace or joy or blissfulness. There is no need. All you have to do is, you have to spend some time, you have to do certain sadhana to find out where the keyboard is for this fantastic computer that is loaded on your head. You don't know where the keyboard is, so you're punching all the wrong numbers. So all kinds of things are happening. So, either you can make this mind into a miracle, or you can make this mind into a misery manufacturing machine.
If you have a working intelligence, whatever happens in your life, you can turn that into a great possibility for you. Or whatever happens, you can make misery out of it. Isn't it so? Whatever the situation, it doesn't matter what's the situation, whatever the situation, you can turn it into a great possibility if only you are willing to look at it with openness. Everything can be turned.
Thing is, for any given human being, we must understand we come alone and we go alone. When we are here, we are seeking for other people to travel with us as co-travelers. And that need not be only in one form or one type of relationship or the other, it can be in any number of ways. So above all, if you do not concretize your individuality, I'm this kind of a person, I'm from this nationality, I'm this race, I'm this religion, or I'm this gender and whatever else, if you just keep yourself a little open to life, that you are alive, you will see there's no room for loneliness. There's too much population, how can you be lonely? It's just that you cannot smile at this person that you have never seen before. If I have to smile at you, I must know who you are, where you come from, what you do, then only I can smile at you. This is a terrible condition for a human being. Why?
Largely, experience of our life is based on what is going on in our minds. The way we feel right now is the way we experience life, be it any situation. So, it is very important for us to understand the human mind. Human mind is a complex thing responsible for a wide variety of cognitive functions and various processes. We can call human mind a multifaceted entity which is responsible for our psychological circumstance. This incredible phenomena involves thought process, memories, emotions, and learning. The design of the human mind is a result of years of evolution combined with individual experiences and interactions with the outer world. In short, we can say that mind is a complex entity which, when taken care of, can enrich our lives and, if not handled properly, will give rise to troubles in our lives. There are several ways as to how the mind can trouble us. We all have gone through that phase wherein we try to focus on one thing and doing it to the best of our capabilities. But always our mind isn't focused on one thing. It tends to wander, causing us to disconnect from the present moment or activity that we are doing. Having random thoughts in our minds prevents us from doing any activity to the best of our skills since we lack the necessary focus. Frequently jumping from one thought to another will lead to drop in our concentration. This leads to a significant drop in our productivity as well. Once we are unable to reach to the expected results, then frustration sets in. The feeling of inadequacy leads to building of stress within the system. Once stress sets in, we start procrastination. One aspect of stress is that stress also comes up when there is lack of activity. In such situations, the mind can amplify negative emotions such as anxiety or fear. In order to avoid such situations, our daily schedule should involve certain steps. A simple walk can greatly help you relax. If possible, take a walk in nature or garden. It is also a great opportunity to find friends and socialize with them. Nature and fresh air has got its own healing properties when it comes to our mind. Staying connected to reality also helps. When you are grounded to reality, you can easily replace the negative thoughts with positive ones. For many people, Simple doodling also helps them in making them feel lighter. Doing creative work also helps in easing the stress that is built up in the system. Doing something creative will always keep you inspired or motivated. Or, for example, learning a new skill which you always wanted to acquire will also make you feel more prepared and confident. How can we miss music when we are talking about relaxing ourselves? Music has the capability to touch our souls, and you very well know that what type of music helps you change your mood. You can find calm and relaxing music easily and spend some time listening to it while you sit peacefully and relax with total involvement. Music has always been a tool to shift our emotions since ages. Specific sounds, when combined with perfect rhythm, will help you forget your tense situations and come out of tough times. Indian classical music has always been known for this. Sounds can be very soothing and touching for our heart. We just need to select and identify which one suits the best for us. Initially, it might take some time. Once you have made a playlist, you can use it forever, whenever required. Another important aspect which we undermine a lot in our busy schedule is physical activity. Just having physical activity will ensure there is no boredom in your life. It can be some quality time spent with your friends and family, or it can be your favorite sports or training. Whatever it is, you should devote some of your time to physical activities. It will also ensure health and make you more confident. What conversation regarding mind is complete without the mentioning of meditation and spirituality? Meditation is a tool to bring in better focus and clarity into our lives. It is very important that we bring in some kind of spiritual activity into our lives. Meditation and spirituality is not just for the old people. The sooner we start such practices in our life, the better. Another important thing to do is inner reflection or self-audit. It is necessary to sit down quietly and look at what pulls us down, or are we becoming a better person day by day. With each passing day, you will notice that doing a self-audit will surely bring your life back on track and get away from negativity and distractions. Another thing is traveling. Traveling will always fill your heart with excitement and joy. Traveling helps you grow and gain knowledge along with life experiences. If you plan your travel days in advance, your mind is getting ready for the beautiful destination and you get more excited to complete the task that you have taken before you go on that trip. Traveling also helps you get a break from the daily routine or the rat race many of us are in. Traveling also helps in cultivating the explorer within us. We hope that this video helped you in some way. Thank you for your precious time. Namaskaram.